Good morning, everybody. Happy Monday. Welcome to Commercial Capital Training Group. My name is Chris Roglieri, President and CEO of Commercial Capital Training Group, also President and CEO of various other entities that we have here. We call our family of companies. Where you're going to be at on Monday, you're going to be ahead of probably 80 to 85% of most brokers in the country in terms of your relationships. If you were to go to any of the lenders here without going through CCTG, first of all, a lot of them are not even going to even pick up your call or return your call, number one. There are a few lenders in here that don't even work with loan brokers, except with our graduates.
We very much value the work that's done by CCTG. We normally would not work with a broker that doesn't have some experience. This program that Chris and the rest of his group are putting together, we value.
One of the things that I value around CCTG is as a result of this week's training and follow-up that you guys must do, it's really good to have brokers who come into a deal who have an understanding of the basics and therefore enable us to be effective with your client. Hopefully at the end of the day, we make you look good too as a broker.
Why is this business unique to market? You're equipped with a multitude of financing options to offer your clients. You are not a one-dimensional firm. You are what we call a one-stop shop to a business owner or a real estate investor. That should become very, very important to all of you. Now, when you're in a position and people ask you what you do, you say, well, I own a diversified commercial finance company. Now we'll talk about how to tell people what you do in a minute, but it's actually interesting. I'm telling you that because I experience it with myself all the time. And chances are, it's much more relatable that they're going to know somebody. They may not need the money, but in my experience, there's always 1 to 2 degrees of separation where they know somebody who's starting a business, has a business that they can put you in touch with. Or they'll know a banker, they'll know a CPA. You understand? So your business is more relatable. I told you this is a two-way street. My team's going to do their job. And nobody's perfect, but we're going to do our job on what we've been grown to know to do. But you have to do your job. And that means get on that call, follow up, and continuously touch them and follow up.
Our lenders are not part of this training because I'm a nice guy. The only reason they're part of this training is because they're getting business. That in itself shows proof that the model works. They wouldn't continue to get on calls, webinars, or even be here in person, right, if the model wasn't working.
I can see that this is a very good training. It's by far none. It exceeded my expectations.
I appreciate that.
Yeah.
You try hard.
Yeah.
Well, you're the first person that actually attended virtual. Yeah. And then came live.
Yeah,
Because we only started doing it last month,
I
so.
mean, I was dedicated. I said, it's time. I said, virtual is cool, but there's nothing like a face-to-face contact,
Right.
So I said, I want to meet everybody in person, build that face-to-face contact. I mean, all y'all are amazing, and I appreciate just being here in the midst of y'all, just giving us the blueprint on how to be successful,
Daryl has already got a big lineup. He already got his plan. He's good.
You know what though? A lot of grads are open to you. Even if you call Terry up and said, hey, can I come over, take you out to lunch, pick your brain a little bit? He's open to that. He's done that before. He's a busy guy, but yeah.
Actually, I've been there with him already.
Oh, you have?
I have.
Really?
Yeah, that's what actually shifted my perspective to come here.
Tell me about that.
No, he was very receptive and very, he welcomed me in and just very down to earth. And, he was real straight too. He was like, hey, I can't tell you the exact roadmap to get to where you want to be. He goes, but it's not going to be easy.
Right.
And he was honest about it. But he also shared too some of his successes and kind of his whole story too, like you presented. And nothing's going to be easy, but when you can see a gentleman go from where he was to where he's at, and he's got the support team behind him,
Right.
and the only thing in between where he was and where he was at was just his effort.
Right.
It means that most people can do it if they apply themselves.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right.
I wanted to see this day. I wanted to spend this day with you guys. See how it feels. Yeah.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Let's say this is not the end; it's the beginning.
Yeah.